Hello guys, and welcome back to another CSGO video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the pick'em predictions and what actually just happened in the kind of group stages of PGL. So if you didn't watch, or if you did, either way, it's pretty bad. Like a lot of bad things went down. So let's take a look at my pick'em. So I changed it quite a lot based on what you guys were saying. I swapped out Astralis for SK because obviously SK were the more, they were the higher chance of getting the 3-0. I know we'll get to that in a second, but I swapped out Big for Vega Squadron for the 0-3, and I'll talk about that in a second. That was quite a big choice. And a couple things about the teams down here. I swapped a few of them around. I put G2 in and I took out VP. But okay, let's actually get around to talking about it. So Team Big, they pulled out really well. So the reason I doubted them, and the reason I didn't really choose them to do well, is because I haven't seen them play. They were kind of a newer team for me, and I kind of preempted the judgment. And I apologize for this. And even in the comments of all through the last video, you guys were saying, in fact, Team Big are a really good team. And I was like, oh my god, what have I done? I've made a mistake. And what a mistake that was. They came out of this tournament 3-0, and they even took out SK on their way, which meant that I lost my 3-0. It's good to know that Vega did what everyone hoped they would do, and that's just lose. Okay, so in terms of the other teams, VP was one of the ones that I originally had down, and a lot of you guys were shouting at me because you were saying, VP are in shit form, don't choose them, that's a bad idea. And in fact, I chose you guys because you guys probably know a lot more about this than I do. To be fair, if I knew about how VP were performing previously, then I would have chosen G2 over them any day of the week, because it was pretty much because I didn't watch any recent games. I was just judging them on how well they have done in previous majors. But despite VP being massively off form, the one argument that I did have for them was that they usually do well in group stages and majors, and they usually do pull their way through. But the problem was that G2 and FaZe and Na'Vi, like, where were you guys? They didn't even get through the group stages. That is unbelievable. Like, that's just crazy. Now, G2 are known as the second best team in the world by quite a few leaderboards at the moment. That's probably gonna change soon. But I don't know where the hell they were, but they just had some pretty bad games. Like, some really bad games. But that's not even anything compared to FaZe Clan, who straight up got 0-3'd with Vega. Now, I'm not saying they're a terrible team, and I'm not saying that if I had a team and I could do better than them, obviously I'm not, but I'm just saying that they should have expectedly done quite a bit better. I'm not even going to talk about it too much more. Na'Vi, I don't even know. I can't believe they went out. They've usually got through. If you want to know quite how bad it was, let's take a look at the points. So I got 12, so that was with Vega, North, Fnatic, and Astralis. So they's got through. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 choices wrong, and I got 14% global ranking. That is crazy. Like, genuinely, 50% of the people, 50%, over 50%, got less than 9 points. And then again, if you look, if I got one more of these pick'ems right to get 15 points, only 2% of the world got that, which is just, it's just crazy how awful this first stage went for quite a few teams. Now, Fnatic are the team that I want to get through this stage. As good as Gambit is, they are not my favorite team in this. Fnatic have been my favorite team for a very long time, and I want them to get through, and I think they can do it. I'm not sure if they're on form at the moment. I think they can, and I'm going to personally put down Fnatic. So they may have a better chance, but it still doesn't mean that it's a coin flip, you know? It still doesn't mean you're guaranteed one side. So I'm going to put Fnatic down, because I think in a long run of a best of 3, they can hold out longer. So in terms of SK Astralis, now this is an amazing match. In fact, this is who I wanted the finals to be, you know, SK Astralis, but only one of them can get through, and it's got to be SK, you know. I can't trust Astralis. Last major, Astralis did quite badly in the groups, and then they suddenly came out of nowhere in the playoffs, and I'm hoping they don't do the same this year, because I want SK to do well in the end. So, Team Big and Immortals. Yeah, we're going Team Big. These guys are crazy. I had no idea how mental these guys were, but Tabson is genuinely some kind of god. And in terms of North and VP, I'm going to stick with VP, because Virtus Pro over North is that North had a bit of a struggle against Mouse in this match here. 15-9. Now, Mouse are a good team, but they didn't really get very far, and I don't think if you're struggling against that kind of team, same with Penta, 16-9, it's not very good hopes. VP obviously destroying Vega Squadron. You've also got them doing well against Fnatic, which is a good sign. They did alright against Gambit, but losing to that's kind of a low blow. The biggest thing you want to kind of look at VP versus North. Their previous match here, North actually won, but I would say this isn't something to go too much off because it was a very close match, and in fact at some point it was like 14-14, it could have gone either way. And keep in mind these games were only best of ones, not best of threes, so that is why I'm going to be choosing VP to try and get through the stage. And past that, I don't think VP can beat Big. I genuinely think, and I will be picking Big for the final. SK Gaming, they should beat Fnatic. And in terms of the final champion, it's got to be SK again. I think SK can beat Big. They lost to them in a best of 1, but in terms of a best of 3, I believe in the Godzilla, the Wallen, I believe in Vaco, all the good guys here. So in terms of how many trophies I can actually get from this point on, winning all of these right would be 48 points, which would get me to 50, which is silver. And getting all of these right would get me to gold. So technically I can still get gold, but I have to get absolutely every single pick correct, and I don't think I will. I think Gambit here might take out Fnatic. The problem with this is that there's quite a lot of could happen, this could not. Like again with this North VP game, North could easily win this, so could VP. It's kind of a 50-50, but either way guys, thank you for watching, and tell me what you thought in the comments below. Again, I want to know which teams you guys will be rooting for, whether you chose them for your pick'em or not. Because personally, I want SK to win. I would like VP to win, but they just won't, I don't think. I don't think they'll be able to take out the unstoppable force that seems to be Team Big at the minute. So either way, guys, I will see you in the next video.